The Regina bypass project, as managed by the Sask Party, has been a disaster. The choice to make it a P3 shut out Saskatchewan companies from bidding on the project, other than the getting bits and pieces of the contract, but in the end sent that massive project and the great big check and the giant overrun it incurred to a foreign conglomerate, in this case a corporation out of France. The Sask Party's pursuit of these projects has shut out Saskatchewan companies from bidding on these projects, from being a part of building and delivering these projects. So it's effectively outsourced project after project that's funded with taxpayers' money to large, often out of country conglomerates, as opposed to building Saskatchewan in a common sense and affordable way with Saskatchewan companies and workers. A consequence as well of the Sask Party's approach of P3s is that it leaves taxpayers on the hook for generations, reduces the control and access to the control over the infrastructure that's being built, and costs us more, of course, because we're now paying a higher cost to have foreign credit financiers through the consortias that are benefiting from the build, as opposed to governments building infrastructure, our schools, our roads, our hospitals, in common sense ways, and of course doing that with Saskatchewan workers and companies, of which is all a lot more affordable as well. All sorts of serious allegations that exist with no transparency to get the answers that Saskatchewan people deserve around things like the route that was chosen that really defies common sense, through to the procurement of land. So as the Saskatchewan New Democrats, we are not in favor of these P3s that outsource the work to out of province, out of country conglomerates, corporations and workers that reduce the control of needed public infrastructure for Saskatchewan people, and that cost us more ultimately. We take a common sense approach on this. We know we have needs in Saskatchewan today to secure an economic recovery, and we have infrastructure needs in Saskatchewan, schools and hospitals and roads across this province. So we are not in favor of the Sask Party's costly outsourcing P3 schemes that we've seen. What we believe in doing is building the infrastructure we need today with Saskatchewan workers and Saskatchewan companies, and maximizing the economic value in doing so. Governments need to be open, they need to be transparent, they need to make decisions that make sense today and for the long term. And the Sask Party's approach to procurement, or their approach to building infrastructure through these private P3 schemes that outsource that work and that cost us more and reduce control and provide no accountability to the people of Saskatchewan, just make no sense at all. I think Saskatchewan people have learned that we need to maximize the value on their hard-earned public dollar, their tax dollar, and that we need to build infrastructure in a way that maximizes a return for our companies and our workers, that economic return. What Saskatchewan people have learned, especially now when we're in an economic challenge, where we're facing COVID, where we're facing fiscal pressures, is that we can't tolerate that kind of government mismanagement and waste, that we need to be investing in the priorities of Saskatchewan people, in the infrastructure we need, but doing it in a way that puts Saskatchewan workers, Saskatchewan companies to work, that maximizes value from those hard-earned public dollars, and that a lesson as well that I think, looking back, just a reminder that the Sask Party have really been miserable managers of the public dollars, piling on debt long before, during the best days in this province, piling on debt, not saving a dime, leaving Saskatchewan people in a very vulnerable position. Governments should be accountable for their actions and their spending choices, And what we've seen with the Sask Party as it relates to their P3 projects that are shrouded in secrecy and offer no accountability and no answers to Saskatchewan people, and that of course shut out Saskatchewan workers and companies, is entirely unacceptable. It's disgraceful. And what we've learned with the Sask Party is that they blew through dollars on mismanaged projects and then wasted the hard-earned dollars of Saskatchewan people, which actually left Saskatchewan people and our province in a vulnerable position. Now at a time where we should have had a cushion and some security, instead we have been left with the costs and the mess created by this Sask Party government.